Right, I've drewed a vertical line across there. Right, now that's cause the vertical line, I'm just putting some moist water all over everything. Make sure your water's nice and moist. I'll stick that over everything. Right. I've drawn a vertical line. Make sure it's straight, because the world is flat, okay? Now, you can listen to them conspiracialist theories all you want, right? But if you ask the majority of the scientists globally, all agree that the world is flat. Don't listen to them conspiracialist theories, because they're mentals. Everybody knows the world's flat, and that's why this line has to be flat. It's got to be straight. There we are. Bring it down, straight through there. Nice, very nice. Right, now then, I think I'm going to add a bit more of that. Just in here. Just in there. A bit more. So I want a tiny bit more. There. That's nice. There, that's nice. Right, now I want a sort of cloudy bit. I'll mix up a bit of a cloudy colour now. Sort of a purplish grey colour. Pop a few clouds in. There's a nice big clump up there. Oh, something like that. Down there a bit, and then here. Cross, a couple of nice bits there. Oh. There, what's that? Right, let's take a sip of a pop. What's my brush? I think I'm just going to pull. It's got water on my brush at the minute. I'm just going to pull some of this blue in. That's it, mixed with that other colour. Look, and it's going greenish colour. That's good. Sort of what I'm wanting. There we are. That's going to be me grass in a bit. So that's a nice underpainting for my grass there for now. Beautiful. Right, now I'm going to mix up blue, same blue as I've got there because I've got it in my palette. Use any blue you've got, whatever you've got in your palette. If you've got ultramarine, cerulean, cobalt, just use whatever you've got, and you'll still get a nice sky. Right, so I'm going to mix up some blue and yellow to make a green, and then I think I'm going to mix a bit of that purple and some of them greys in as well. A bit of purple, maybe a bit of Payne's grey. Let's try it with purple first, just to make. I just want a sort of dull green, what's barely green. So that's like a purple green. I had a bit of burnt umber into it now. I've added a bit of that purple, adding a bit of burnt umber. Oh, that's it, that's pretty good. And a bit of this. A bit more yellow. Just mixing a few different greens up. That's quite nice. Right, and then I'll come in, do something in here. So across here, there's a nice green in there. I think I'll come right down to this vertical line here. Right down. If you leave any little gaps, don't worry about it, because they look like little highlights in the things. Dee, 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 dee. So that's... See, I left some tiny little gaps in there. I quite like to do that, you see. Right, now I'm going to get a duller, even duller green. And get some of this stuff in here. So this sort of comes over here now. There's some trees in this. Looks like I can just see tops of some trees in there. So I'll just pop a few of that sort of thing in. That'll give me just tops of trees, what that is. A couple more on this side as well, something like that. Ding, ding, ding. A little bit. Ding, ding, ding. They're just the little tops of my trees there. Again, I'm just leaving some equal highlights in by leaving some tiny equal gaps. That, and then I think there's a tiny bit more sort of green in on this side, tiny bit more. See how that's a tiny bit more greener. Still quite dull and dark, but just a tiny bit more green in there. There, something like that. Let me sip a pop. There's some really dark bits and bobs in there now. I'm going to go darker and take them same colours and just add some Payne's grey in. A bit more like purple and all. There, I've got purple and Payne's grey, what I've added to them, what's already dark greens. And then just in front here, it looks like there's some bits and bobs, trees right at front here. Yeah, there's some on this side as well. Just bits of trees and things, I think. Like that. And then there's some bits and bobs like bushes and stuff, I think. Bits like that, like farmers' fields. Say some of these pines are quite dark. These sort of pot tops of some of them pine trees are pretty dark, so I think I'll darken some of that in a bit more. And there's some more sort of trees and stuff in here, I think. Just bits and bobs, you can't really tell what's going on. I think there's like a clump of trees in about there and all, something like that. There. I think that's nice. That's nice. Leave that like that. Don't appear to be much of a reflection. I might pop one in a bit. I'm not sure. Oh, I've gone all the way over here. I didn't actually need to. Some big bushes in there. Right. Right. I need some light greens for my foreground now. Caught bush yesterday. Me, my stepbrother, Doofus, my girlfriend Esmeralda, and Doofus's girlfriend Donna Kebab. Well caught bus. What you got to remember about a bus, it's not just a vehicle for getting from A to B. A bus is a place for having a sleep, meeting weirdos, and keeping warm. You can keep warm on a bus. You know, with the energy costs at the minute getting so expensive, if you're a pensioner or something like that and you can't afford to keep warm, get on a bus. It's probably cheaper to pay bus fare. I don't even know, do pensioners still get a free bus pass? even if they don't, it's probably cheaper to pay your bus fare than keep warm these days. The energy bills are getting so high. There you are, political satire. Yeah, bit of political satire there. Get a bit of everything when you watch me paint. Right, so I'm building this up in thin layers. Look, you can see them, all them blobby bits under there. Look, I'm adding to the blobby bits. This is going to represent my grass. Alright, before I got on the bus, took my glass eye out, threw it up in air and caught it. Esmeralda says, "What are you doing that for?" I said, "Well, I was looking to see how many people were on top seat at bus. That's what I was doing." I had to tell Doofus, put that bloke's toupee back on his head, you idiot. Luckily, the bloke hadn't noticed. But why Doofus grabbed that, I don't know. You don't just go doing that. If you spot someone wearing a toupee on a bus, I am not advocating advocating, whatever it is anyway. I'm not saying pull it off. It's just Doofus is an idiot, absolute moron. I had to tell him. Right, let's pop some trees in. Just bashing the end of my brush up a little bit. There, so some trees in here about here. It's a shame to cover this up really, because I like it. Bring them right out there like that. That's that. And then they sort of come into there. And then up there is some of them thingy trees. Right, let's get into some dark colours now. Just get a nice dark green mixed up. I'm going to use blue, yellow, and then I'm whacking Bontumber in to darken it. But in a minute I'm going to stick a load of purple in and all. In fact, I'm going to stick some purple in there. Get that purple colour, help it match the background there. I suppose, yeah, so they sort of, there's a few of these. Sort of something about there. Let me get some Payne's grey in there on this bit dark. Payne's grey and Bontumber. Let's get me a really dark green. And I'll come up to the edge of there, look. That's that. It looks like there's some more bits here coming out of here. Bits there. Look like these tiny little trees. Smaller ones are these ones. Get a load of this purple. Purple looks nice, like stick a load of that in. Stick some bits in there and all for some low lights, that's nice. Right then, I think, right, let's get in here. Down here, this sort of comes in low there. Again, I've used that purple. Blend that out. These are just bushes. Mix that purple with some yellow. Pretty good. And then I'll mix some dark green and plop some of that in as well. Does that look alright? I think so. I think it does. There. Let's go. More purple in this bottom bit, I think. It's a nice strong dark. Some more purples in there, look. I think a bit of Bontumber in as well. A little bit. Get it even darker. And then a tiny bit. A couple of blobs of that. Payne's grey and all. There. Not the same in there. When I do a little bit. Not much. There. That's nice in here. Right, squeeze my brush out. Right, I'll start putting some more greens into there now. Paint all over my fingers. This woman got on the bus, comes over. Well, she gets on the bus. The bus driver says to her, "You know what?" Because she gets on with this little baby. She says, "You know what?" I mean, must be pig ignorant. "You know what?" he says. "That is the ugliest baby that I've ever seen." So this woman gets on the bus, comes down to the back of the bus, says to Esmeralda, says, "That bus driver's fair insulted me." So Esmeralda says, "Well, don't put up with it. That bus driver's there to drive us from A to B. Shouldn't be insulting people. So tell you what, you go back down to the front of that bus and give him what for." She says, "Yeah, or I'll hold your monkey while you go down." And yeah. Right. Let's pop some greens in now. Just building this bit up now. This is just splodgy paint and mixing backwards and forwards, cooler, warmer colours. I'll put some low lights in this in a minute. There, that's nice, isn't it? I like that. Right, let me give that a dry. Oh dear. Alright, let's get some darker greens in now then. Nice dark green. I don't have to go mad with this, it's just a few little bits darker greens. Not too much. I think there's like quite a bit of dark in here where that in there it's quite a bit dark. That's it. Oh well, I'll soften some of this. Yeah, soften some bits in. Wash my brush out. Couple more brighter colours. Blend in. It'll soften some bits. I might pop an equal reflection in. Fancy a tiny reflection in there, I think. I'll tell you what I think I might do as well. Just strengthen this up a bit in here. smash my brush up a bit. Squeeze that out, here to rinse, back into some darks again, and just darken that bit up a little bit more, there, like that. Right, now, what I'm going to do now, rinse my brush out again, I think, pop in a tiny bit of a reflection in there, look, tiny bit, I think it'll look nice, there, so. You know what, I'll stick a few extra blue streaks in there as well, darken it down a bit. So, nice. There. Maybe even tiny touch of that purple colour to go for some of that, reflect some of that stuff happening in the sky. Look, that's nice, isn't it? There, and then into that stuff there, let's get some dark stuff and just pop in a tiny bit of a reflection in this bottom bit here, look, tiny bit. That's it. Rinse my brush off. Water. Let's see, soften it in a bit. Tiny bit of reflection, pull it down a bit. Wash my brush again. Partly dry it and just pull it across like that. There. Just looks like a tiny bit of reflection, hopefully. Just a tiny bit more in. Let's see, that looks nice, doesn't it? Get that dry before it moves anywhere like that. Just realised as well, actually, I forgot to pop it in. There's a bush here, so let's pop that in. So I'll get some sort of slightly lighter green, not a light green, just a slightly lighter green. It's going to be quite a grubby, monkey green. I'll stick that in there, like that. About like that, that'll do. And then this really, really dark green. So all I'm doing to my green, I'm adding Bonds Umber, yellow and blue for green, Bonds Umber and Payne's Grey. See that end of my brush is all bashed up. That's how I'm getting these spiky marks. I've got some spiky brushes and I always use them because I bought them, so I think I may as well use them. But I'm adding some purple now, just because of that purple in the sky. But these do the job as well. Just you can do the spiky effect with your height brush. So I've got some of these brushes that's spiky ready. I often use them, so spiky they look. But this one, look how spiky that is. Does the job, innit? Right, so I think I squeeze that out, and I think dip it in a bit of water. I reckon I will just pull a bit of a dark out in and around there as well. There we are, a little bit more. There. It's nice. Just to blend it in. There, that's that. Right. I think I'm gonna have one more dry. Wash that brush off. I want to use it again. I want to top that up a bit more. So with that bit there, with that green, I'm just going to pop a few little grasses and bits in that corner there. That looks nice, doesn't it? A few bits of grasses in. Why not? A few grasses. Well, see, it's a spiky brush. Dab on, get some little grasses. There. Right, I want some waterlines. Now, if you're doing this on proper watercolour paper, then that can go in with a damp brush and wash colour out. But if you're using this cartridge paper, you might be as well. You can still wash colour out on this, but I'm just going to add in some designer's white gouache or gouache, depending on how you say it. So I'll have a bit there. Let's have another one about there, just a little line. Try and keep them vertical. If they're not vertical, they might look daft. Let's have a big one there. Nice big one there. That's that. You're a fancy now. You're a fancy. Fancy. A couple of sailing boats. So, plenty of white gouache on my brush. Same again. If you're using proper watercolour paper, you can dampen your paper and take your boats out. But if you're using cartridge paper, I'd suggest that you just use some designer's gouache or gouache. I don't think these are that far away, so I might make this boat quite big. Let's do it about not big. I don't know what to do. Two. Let's do one in this one just for a change. Reflection, and get a smaller brush. Just want to get that tip better. The tip, put the tip there and there. That's better. Right. Put a bit of the actual boat in at the bottom there, I think. Yeah, an even smaller brush. Stick Peter and Paul in. Peter and Paul's out looking for worms. Where shall I have them? Let's have them right up here. These are out looking for worms. Peter, Paul. Let's put a signature on it. B. And a D. Bertie D. There we are. That's it. I'm going to love you and leave you at that. Let me just pop it, thicken that up a tiny little bit. Oh, that's better. A bit like that. So, bit there. Tiny bit. There, that's better. Right, love you and leave you at that. Remember, a friend in need is a nuisance. In it.